You're listening to TGI Sports Talk with your host, Keith Engle, on NorthEast Streaming Sports.
Hey guys, Keith Engle for TGI Sports Talk. This is your NorthEast Streaming Sports and Zodiac TV Global Sports Update. I'm Keith Engle for TGI Sports Talk, the NorthEast Streaming Sports Network. We're happy to be with you. Lots going on, guys, in the world of sports. We're coming down to playoff time in the NBA and in the NHL. We've got the Hall of Fame induction press conferences live here on NorthEast Streaming Sports, at least on Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Oh, we're going to be broadcasting some semi-pro football games starting May 22nd. So lots of fun stuff going on. But let's look at the scoreboard and some news from around the world of sports today, or yesterday, I should say, into today. In yesterday's Major League Baseball, the Reds just demolished the Pirates 14-1. Tyler Mahle gets the win. Gets the win. He goes to 2-1. And Tyler Naquin with a home run yesterday for Cincinnati. Off to a nice start for the Red Sox. The Orioles beat the Red Sox 4-1. The Red Sox do continue to lead the East. The Angels 5-4 over the Astros. Jared Walsh had a nice night with a homer and matched his career high with 4 hits in this game. The Diamondbacks over the Marlins 5-2. Luke Weaver with his best start in a month. Pitched scoreless ball into the 7th inning last night. Don't see a lot of that in baseball today, so I guess enjoy it. Hope for better days to return. The Giants continue to be hot and lead the NL West at 21-14 with a 3-1 win over the Rangers last night. And a postponed was the Dodgers and the Rockies. Real quick look at the standings in Major League Baseball. Not much has changed since we chatted about this on Sunday. The Red Sox continue to lead the East. The Yankees have won 2 in a row to cut the gap to 3 games. The other hot teams, the White Sox, grabbing a game lead now in the Central in the AL with 3 consecutive wins. The Royals lost their 8th in a row on Sunday. Not a good start for them. Who else is hot? The Mets are hot with 5 wins. Raccoon Gate paying dividends for the Mets. Bad news for the Mets, though, and Jacob deGrom going on the disabled list with that pain in his right side that took him out of the game early on Sunday. Who else is hot? Anybody else hot or cold we really ought to chat about? Cardinals now have won 3 in a row to get a 2-game lead in the Central. The Brewers trying to rebound. They've won 2 in a row after a really tough skid. And again, in the West, surprisingly, the Giants continue to lead the Padres and the Dodgers by 2 and 3 games, respectively. A couple other notes of interest. The Mariners are calling up their number 1 prospect, Jared Kelenic. He's the number 1 prospect in the Seattle organization. He's the number 3 prospect in all of baseball. So an interesting move there. The Pirates designated for assignment Todd Frazier. Been a good, solid Major League Baseball player for a while, but he could be reaching the end of the line. Sean Green re-signed by the Braves to kind of stabilize their bullpen, which has been basically pouring gas on fires this year. And I really can't make out that note. So that's what we got going on in Major League Baseball. Let's move to the NBA quickly. Let's look at the scores from last night that are important. Weren't many games. We'll go through them all. The Pacers beat the Cavaliers 111-102. Wizards lose to the Hawks 124-125. 125-124. 2 teams that are playing really well in the East, near the bottom to the middle of the conference. Of note here, Russell Westbrook breaks Oscar Robinson's total triple doubles for a career with his 182nd triple-double. Listen, guys, Oscar Robertson, one of the most underrated and forgotten, I think, NBA greats. And Russell Westbrook is doing something amazing. As I mentioned on one of these updates last week, 4th time this year he will average a triple-double for a season. Oscar Robertson did it once, and Oscar's one of the greatest players of all time. I'll leave the rest up to you. Russell Westbrook is a first-round Hall of Famer, without a doubt. Other scores, the Grizzlies beat the Pelicans. I believe the Grizzlies wrapped up a playoff berth last night. We'll take a quick look at that in a second. The Spurs, 146-125 over the Bucks. A pretty good shellacking of a Bucks team getting ready for the playoffs. Giannis, the Greek Freak, went 28 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists last night. And Javante Murray for the Spurs was 21, 6, and 9. Good game for him. Warriors, really up and down. Warriors are somebody I would not want to play in the playoffs the way Steph Curry is playing. Again, Steph had 36 points last night, which really is a down game for him. He just missed 50 the other night. He's had 40 points. Gosh, I don't know, a dozen times in the last month. But the Warriors beat the Jazz 119-116, and the Blazers over the Rockets. The Blazers playing pretty good football, pretty good basketball as well. So quick look at the standings there as they come down to the wire. Only 3-4 games left for most of these teams. Sixers have pretty much wrapped up the top spot in the East. The Nets kind of coming in, listing a little. They need to get these players together. You know, they got 4 games left. Similar to the Lakers out west, their stars have not played enough together. Dangerous territory for the Nets early in the playoffs, I think. Then you got the Bucks, the Knicks. The Knicks and Hawks are tied. The Knicks, I think, have the tiebreaker for the 4th spot. The Heat are now in number 6. Probably going to stay there. They do have a 2-game lead. Unless something crazy happens over these last 4 games, they're going to get the 6th spot. That would leave the Celtics, the Hornets, the Pacers, and the Wizards in the play-in games. So it'll be interesting. The Wizards are hot, as we mentioned, and the Celtics are not. The Celtics did lose, by the way, Jaylen Brown for the rest of the season. A big loss for their playoff aspirations, averaging 24 points and 3.5 assists a game. Big loss for the Celtics and their playoff hopes. Any other news last night I wanted to chat about? LeBron is very likely to play tonight against the Knicks. The Knicks with a big win in LA against the Clippers on Sunday. Tough West Coast swing they've been on. I thought if they came back 2-2, they'd be in good shape. I believe they're 1-1 now. But if LeBron comes back, that's a different team. But they have not played together. Probably good experience for the Knicks to get the full LeBron experience along with Davis, Anthony Davis being healthy and really starting to play well for the Lakers. But the Lakers are in trouble, guys. They have been sliding through the standings. Only 3-7 in their last 10. They're still 7th. Very little hope for them, I think, to get to the 6th spot and avoid the play-in game. So they're going to be in some dangerous territory playing some teams that are playing decent basketball, depending on who they match up with. It's probably going to be San Antonio, is my guess at this point. And you don't want to face a Popovich team in the playoffs with everything on the line. 1 game. Popovich against Vogel might be a bit of a mismatch on the sidelines there. So anyway, that's it for the NBA right now. Let's go to the NHL. Everything's pretty much set. All the playoff seedings are set for the NHL. The top 4 spots in each division are clinched. They're still vying a little bit for some positioning. I believe the playoffs are supposed to start everywhere except the North Division, which is all of Canada, all the Canadian teams, on Saturday. And it's up in the air yet when the Northern teams will start. Most of the teams here in the if not all of them, have either completed or very close to completing their schedules. The North, though, some of those teams still have 3 games left, some of them 2 games left, some of them. So they have to play the rest of this week. They will not be starting, I don't believe, on Saturday. Still a little bit in flux with the NHL playoffs. And they may have to make a decision on what to do once they get past the first round, or the first 2 rounds anyway. Whether the Canadian teams are going to be able to travel north and cross the border, or all the American teams travel north and cross the border, and vice versa, because of the COVID restrictions. We'll see where we are. It's still, it's still probably a month away, or close to it. In the NFL, not a lot of news to report here. The Jags signing Tim Tebow to try to come back and actually be a tight end this time. He will not be playing quarterback, but I suppose if he makes the team, he could certainly be an emergency quarterback for the team. If they have to end up using him, the Jags will be in big trouble. Interesting, though, they'll see if Tebow can make a comeback there. The Colts have signed Eric Fisher, formerly the left tackle of the Kansas City Chiefs, tore his Achilles in the Super Bowl, so it's in doubt how much he can contribute this year. But the Colts need some help on that offensive line to protect their new quarterback, Carson Wentz. So that's a big signing if he's able to play. And in Green Bay, the soap opera continues. Devontae Adams now says if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, it will impact his future. So Aaron continues. I won't go into my Aaron Rodgers diatribe today, but Aaron Rodgers continues to wreak havoc on the Green Bay organization. I'd let him sit. That's just me. But he's trying to strong-arm the organization into a trade, and I don't like it. Again. Call him right back. The team is in disarray right now, and it's a great part to Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this morning. Keith Engle for TGI Sports Talk. I've had Northeast Streaming Sports and Zodiac TV Sports Update. Look for us later on. I'll have my show Friday, kind of previewing the Hall of Fame inductions for the basketball, and we'll be doing the press conferences for those inductions live on Friday. We've got some semi-pro football coming up in a week or so. Lots of fun stuff going on in Northeast Streaming Sports. You have a great day.